Hello everyone, I'm still your guide, Emeido, and this is Real Class. Yeah, we are still talking about use of English, and this time around, we are talking about compound nouns. Compound nouns are those nouns that are more than just a single word. They could be two or three, all right? The problem usually lies in how to pluralize these words. A situation where you have two or more words, where do you put the plural? Poses problem, and JAMB and even WAEC often like to go there to get students confused. But if you are well acquainted with all of this, then you don't have to be confused. Then you have the first one on the board. You have man driver. Man driver. In this case, you pluralize both. So you have men drivers. Men drivers. That's the plural. All right? Then woman driver. Pluralize both too. So in this case, you have women drivers. Women drivers. All right? Then woman doctor. It will be women doctors. Women doctors. Man doctor. Men doctors. Men doctors. Then we talk about attorney general. You put S in the first one. Attorneys general. All right? Attorneys general. All right? So you put plural in the first one. Then you have this one, secretary general. In this case, you put plural in the first one, secretaries general. Secretaries general. So that's that. Parent teacher association. So the plural should be what? Association. Parent teacher associations. Parent teacher associations. That is the plural. And then you talk about mother-in-law. It will be a case of mothers-in-law for the plural, not mother-in-laws. Mothers-in-law. Mothers-in-law. Just add s to the mother and it becomes plural. Mothers-in-law. The same thing goes with father-in-law, where the plural is not fathers, it's not father-in-laws, but it is fathers-in-law. The plural is fathers-in-law. All right. The same thing with sister-in-law. The plural is sisters-in-law. And then we have the plural of brother-in-law as brothers-in-law. All right. Housewife, housewives. Housewife, housewives. Then we talk about head of state. In this case, you put plural in the head. Heads of states. Heads of states. Then here, commanders in chief. Commanders in chief. That's what you find there. Not commander in chiefs. Commanders in chief is the plural of commander in chief. You add s simply to the commander. Then you talk about parents-in-law. Again, you don't put s in the law. You put s in the parents. So it becomes the plural as parents-in-law. 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 Then you talk about governor general. All right? Where the plural is not governor generals, but you have governors general. All right? Governors general. So that's where you find governors, then general. Then what about the next one? Is it passerbys? It is passers-by. 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 All right? That's what you find there. You put s in the passer there. So that's that. Now let's check the next one up. Chief of staff. The plural becomes chiefs of staff. Chiefs of staff. Chiefs of staff. So that's that. Then we talk about auditor general. Auditor general, the plural is auditors general. Put s in the auditor there. Auditors general. That's what you find there. Auditors general. Then you talk about editor in chief. Editor in chief. The plural is editors in chief. Editors in chief. Put s in the editor. Justice of peace. Where do you, is it justice of pieces or justices of peace? Of course, the answer is justices of peace. Where you put s in the first one, which is justice. Then you talk about child soldier. This one is another complex one. Some people think it is children soldier, but the answer is child soldiers. Child soldiers. Just put s in the soldiers there, it becomes plural of the compound noun, child soldiers. Child soldiers. Major general. All right? So you have major generals. All right? Major generals. So you put s in the general then By law will now be by laws. By law. You put S in the law, by laws, not by laws. So you have onlooker. Of course, the plural is even identified there. The singular form is onlooker. So the plural become onlookers. Onlookers. Then we have notary public. Notary public, where the first one is pluralized, is notaries public. Notaries public. So that's that. In our next class, we shall look at something very, very important too. See you in the next class.